Hi, this is Toby from LITH-TECH Mobility. In today's video, we're going to be talking about our refurb chairs and we're going to be talking about the second-hand market. So the main thing to know is if you go on eBay and you look at the different brands and the different types of chairs that are on eBay and the second-hand market in general, you'll notice that they're all the entry-level chairs. They're all the chairs that were once upon a time sort of £750 to £1,000. The reason being is because those chairs just do not work. If you've never ever owned a wheelchair in your life, you'll probably think it's okay because you literally have nothing to compare it to. But you sold a dream with those sort of chairs, and if it's it's the saying goes again, if you buy cheap, you buy twice. They're not going to have ECUs, which mean they're not going to be quick and they're not going to be responsive. They're going to be sluggish. They're usually much heavier. The batteries are either usually non-airline compliant or they cost about 40 quid to make, so they're quite often a flame and health hazard. And they're bulky, and they're just, you're not using quality components, and they just don't do what you thought when you bought the wheelchair that it was going to do. And that's why you'll see all the same brands, you'll see the same chairs, and they're all the same sort of chairs. They're all those really bulky chairs. You get claims on people's websites like best wheelchair in the world. It's like, how can it be the best wheelchair in the world when it costs you 890 quid to £1,000? I'll tell you now, the best wheelchairs in the world cost way more than that. They cost, especially in the folding category, you're talking like £3,000, So that's pure marketing, and unfortunately, due to our demographic, old and disabled people sadly fall for it. And to be honest, it's poor marketing, and it shouldn't even be allowed. But unfortunately, this industry is not regulated. So you get a lot of bad eggs in this industry. So anyway, why buy new, not second-hand? First of all, you get warranty. So you get a 12-month warranty minimum with any company. That usually covers you for your motors, your controller unit, which is your ECU. People sometimes get confused. They think this is a controller unit. It's not. It's called a joystick. A controller unit is an ECU. So what happens is your joystick sends a signal down your lead to your ECU, and it sends it out to your motors, and then the chair moves. And if you have an ECU, your response time is going to be much quicker. So you'll notice if you've bought an entry-level chair and you're riding along a camber, so a camber is a slope on a pavement, and if your wheelchair starts to veer off this way and you try and counter correct it, the time it takes for the signal to go down to the motors is so long that you already end up in the road. And there's two types of chairs that will do this. One, if you've bought a chair which is too light for you with small wheels. So the analogy I'm going to use is, let's say we've all used a supermarket trolley, or most will have. Some people that are wheelchair bound completely might never have ever used a supermarket trolley. But we know that if you're trying to steer a supermarket trolley on the flat, it's no problem. But if you have an empty supermarket trolley and you're steering it on a camber, it starts to become a bit more a problem. But how about when we've been to Sainsbury's and we've done our weekly shop, and on the way back, we are literally fighting, if not standing to the side of the supermarket trolley, trying to push it along the camber. Because what you're getting is you're getting a frame with a whole load, and it's then going into the road. Because the more weight you have on a structure, the more it's going to go. And this is the thing we try and get across to customers. Yeah, you might fit a lightweight carbon chair, just because you can sit in it and you can go along it on a shop floor, doesn't mean it's right for you. The minute you get out into the real world, it's going to be a health hazard and very dangerous. Also, something else we get time and time again, which I need to address. If you say your max load of a wheelchair is, for example, 300 kg, this is why we put max load, realistic load, and we've put 250. Max load is what the frame can take. Doesn't mean that if you're 300 kg, you should be using that chair. If you're 300 kg, you should be using a specially made bariatric chair, which is probably built for you, to be fair. It's the same as in a carbon chair. If it says a max load is 120 kg, that doesn't mean a 120 kg person should go in a little wheel carbon chair. In fact, if you're a guy, the max load on a carbon chair really for usability is about 14 stone. And if you're a woman, it's probably about 13 stone. Reason being, it's just the genetic shape and makeup that we are. Guys kind of grow out this way, women tend to grow out that way. It's just science. So you need to get away from, just because a spec says one thing, like it says a max load, that doesn't mean that these people should be in the chair. This is why you need to come to specialists, because we will tell you whether you like it or not, and quite sometimes our customers don't like to be told. And we had it recently, and the customer's fighting with us. He's like, but I could sit perfectly in this Quickie Q50R, and it took me up and down the showroom. I was like, yeah, but okay, what do you weigh? I'm 18 stone. I was like, the minute you got that out into UK pavement, you will be in the road and you will get hit by a car. 100%, you will not keep that on the pavement. So just please listen to us. Stop going for weight, and just because you think you can sit in it doesn't mean it's the right chair for you. Those motors are so small and those wheels are so small, they will last 5 seconds. If you're a larger person, you need to have heavier, bigger, bulkier, more powerful motors to take the weight. It is what it is. Anyway, back to the second-hand market. The other thing, if you're buying second-hand, you don't know the chair's history. So you don't know, have they looked after the battery? So good battery maintenance is you need to charge them at least once a month. Loads of people around COVID time literally put their chairs in the garage and they left them for like a year. They probably drained half the cells in their battery. So when they go to charge it up, some people couldn't even charge their batteries back up. You know, we've got so many people trying to buy chairs from us after COVID because their crappy chairs that they bought are completely conked out, and then these companies, they sell the chair for them for 800, but they want it 300 quid for a battery, which is very, very odd considering the batteries cost them about $40 to actually build. But anyway, you need to understand that you don't know the history. Also, if you're buying an XL chair, like a Smart Chair 1XL or an XXL, you do not know that user's weight unless you literally go to their house when you're buying the chair and go, excuse me, what was your weight? Because you have to understand, the more weight going through a chair, the harder the whole frame's working, the motors especially are working, the wheels are going to use up more tread, everything is going to amplify double. So you might think you're saving, let's say our Smart Chair 1XL cost us, with upgraded front wheels, cost $2,250. But you see on eBay for $1,700. Let's say they've not looked after the batteries properly, and so your battery goes, or you're not getting the range you want, so you have to buy new batteries. So you come to us, you spend $250 straight away, you're at $2,000. You're only 250 quid off, or you don't get any warranty. All it takes is one thing, which would be getting it to us, changing it, and you're at your cost price for the chair originally. Like, where you think you're saving money, you're not, and you never ever will. You might get very, very lucky if you can find like the steal of a year for a chair under £1,000. Then you can afford for something to go wrong, and then you fix it and you add to that chair. But the problem is, people are trying to save like 300 quid, and if you're trying to save even up to 500 quid, I'd say, if you're not saving anything more than 500 quid, do not buy second hand, because you are completely getting ripped off, and you're going to get yourself into a load of problems. Right. We sometimes get buybacks. So what a buyback for us is, and our criteria, we know all of our customers, it has to have had one unit, so that user would have bought directly from us. We know their weight, we know their height, we know their use case, we know their disability. A lot of the time these people have said, look, we need a chair for the last 6 months of my life because I want to have a really fulfilled last 6 months with my friends, family, loved ones, whatever. And we go, okay, this is the perfect chair for you. They don't mind about the cost. I mean, all our chairs cost about the same anyway, so it's not like we're at the very, very, very top end of the market anyway. So they just want to have the best reliable chair, which is tailor-made for them to give them the best quality of life for their last 6 months. And they say, will you buy it back off us afterwards? And we say, yeah, we will, because we know they weigh 10 stone. We know they're not going to get massive amounts of use because we know they've got an illness. They win, we buy the chair back, we have to then touch it up a bit, we sometimes respray it, we maybe add some new wheels, new cushioning, whatever we need to do to make the chair A1 condition. And this is what I'm about to show you. So yeah, it's a criteria. The chair has to be under a year old, we need to know the history, we need to know everything about it, and the chair needs to be in perfect working order for us to buy it. So all we're doing is tarting it up. Right, so this Titan, this is a chair that retails for $3,750. This is actually, which you have to do with a chair like this, unfortunately. We've changed both motors because obviously, like I said, the heavier you are, the more the chair's going to take a beating. So it wouldn't be responsible for us to resell this with used motors. So we've changed out both the motors. And we've given bits of it a respray where it's been nicked a little bit. But yeah, as you can see, like these are the quality. It's got brand new cushion. These are the quality of what our second-hand chairs are. You're going to get 6 months warranty with every one of our refurb chairs, and this one we're retailing for $3,000. So you're saving 750 quid, free delivery throughout the UK. It's got the LITH-TECH seal of approval, and for those people that are outside that 1XL category, and remember there are only 2 real bariatric chairs on the whole market. These companies like E-Tech, mobility extras trying to claim that they've got chairs that are 200, 250 kg. It's not. I know the frames, those frames take about 150 kg. It's all marketing, it's all bollocks. So just trust me, I know my stuff. I'm a pioneer in this industry. I've been doing it for like nearly 9 years. I know that those frames cannot physically, and those motors cannot physically withstand 200 to 250 kg fact. And that's why they probably get so many warranty claims on it. And I guarantee they do. This chair and the Freedom chair, the new one, which is £5,000, this is 3,750, and this is actually better spec, are the only two real bariatric chairs in the whole UK. After that, you're going to be looking at things like the Smart Chair 1XL, which are legitimately 180 kg. There is not a middle ground between 180 kg and the 250. So all these companies pretending they've got these chairs that can take these miraculous weights, it's all absolute BS. So take my word for it, and if you don't, you'll find out when the motors go crack or the frame breaks from underneath you. Okay, so each one of these chairs, I'm just going to sit in it. I'm going to do a little spin. Oh, that wasn't very good, was it? Take my legs out in the process. So you can hear nice quiet motors as they've been changed. Nice responsive, electromagnetic braking. Free-wheel mode works an absolute treat. So tap, tap. So, you know, and that's chair number one. So 3,750 down to 3,000. 300, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? That's literally less than one of the motors. So that's on the website now. Next chair we're moving on to. So this is our Smart Chair Recliner. So very, very popular chair. Retails at 2,250 as standard. Comes with the upgraded cushion. Comes with the upgraded front wheels as standard. Quick release batteries. This one's all been touched up. Same thing with this. It's about 6 months to 7 months old. It's going to be retailing at... so it's 2,250, it's going to be 1,850, so that's a complete bargain. 6 months warranty, reclines up to 30 degrees, just by a touch of the lever. Freewheel mode, very quiet motors again, excellent freewheel mode. Arms that come all the way up and down. I'll whack it into electric mode, just turn it on, give you a quick spin so you can see. As well, try not to swipe my legs out this time, which really wasn't the best. I got to do a little reverse there, didn't I? Right, cool. So, see, again, motors sound banging, chair looks banging, and these are what our second-hand chairs look like. They look new. So, this got the LITH-TECH seal of approval, and this is online on our refurb section now. Right, Smart Chair 1. This chair, as standard, would retail for, well, with the upgraded front wheels, and this about 2,250. I think this one's 1,850 as well. 1,850. There's it in freewheel mode. Brushless motors like we only do. None of this cheap brush motor stuff like you get on all the entry level model chairs. I'll put it in electric mode. See again the quality of our chairs. They all look pretty much brand new. Motors sound good. I can do little reverse spins here because running out of space. Oh, there you go. There we got it just right there. Right, moving on. Oh, and as you like to see, we've got Rosie Bear in the back. She is my dog. Rosie, stick there, please. Stick. Thank you. And she has been with the company for 8 3/4 years. And she is our COD, Chief Office Dog. And she is probably one of the most requested things on our YouTube videos. So I thought, from now on, sit, darling. She's going to be in all of our videos. Right, so we've got Carbon MT here. So this was a refurb as well, buyback. Same again, 250 watt brushless motors, all Synwave, which is the new brushless technology. It's got all the new digital technology. So it's got the new style ECU under here. It's got the digital display. On these, the arms go all the way up and back. It's got a nice high seating position. So for the older generation, it means getting in and out's that much easier. So you're not struggling because you're already higher up. So it's a high point of leverage. This retails at 2,600 normally. This one's actually going for 2,100, so you've got 500 quid saving. Oh, it's got no battery, has it? Okay, well I can't show this one in just to show that it has actually got no battery, and it's not the fact it doesn't work. The battery is actually, in fact I can quickly go get the battery. I remember sticking it on charge earlier. Right, so on this one, it's easier to do it folded. You just run the battery down the tram line, so you hear a click, Right. So again, it's a nice brand, these are the new style, and they're the really silent brushless motors, so you can barely hear them. That's it. Electromagnetic braking, like with all of them. So nice and responsive. So that's our carbon chair. And same again, like, look at the quality and like how new. These literally look like brand new chairs. All right, fair enough, we've got a tiny bit of a cobweb there or whatever. That can be wiped off before it goes out to any customer. But you're not gonna ever get a quality or a condition like this if you're buying second hand, you're just not. And you're not gonna get any warranty. All of these got 6 months warranty. Warranty is like, when they're your legs, like warranty is so important. Having a supplier that has thousands of spare parts is so important. All of these companies are very happy to sell you a chair, but can they back it up when anything goes wrong, or do you have to wait weeks or even months to get it sorted? You get it sorted within 24 hours if you're a LITH-TECH customer. Right, this is our multi-chair. This is actually a used return. So this chair is actually brand new, been used for a day. Customer just didn't get on with it. It sometimes happens. So yeah, we took it back, gave them slightly less on their refund. And the chair normally retails with a telescopic foot plate, which was added. It normally retails for $1,825. It's a $750 base price with the telescopic foot plate, $1,825, and we're going to retail this for $1,700. So even with the telescopic foot plate, it's 50 quid cheaper than the base price multi-chair brand new. So an absolute bargain. Really nice quick release batteries in this. Got the telescopic foot plate, which means no matter if you're taller, you've got longer legs, it can adapt because it will go out. Quick, easy folding, and again, brushless motors. Even on our very entry-level model chair, brushless motors. Right, so again, look at it go. I'll stick it in electric mode. And just, these will go quick. All of our refurbs always go quick, but we get offered to have buybacks all the time, so keep your eyes peeled. If you can't quite afford a brand new one, just keep an eye on the refurb pages or call us. We'll qualify you. We'll discuss exactly what chair it is that you need. We'll make a note of your requirements on the board, and when we get like a recliner come up or a whatever Smart Chair X come up, you'll be first to the list. So I hope this has been insightful, and I hope you kind of get the reason why this is not a good idea. Unless you're going to get the steal of a lifetime, just don't waste your money buying second hand, because I guarantee you will make a mistake because you haven't had any guidance on it. You're going to think you're getting a bargain, but when it actually comes down to it and you see the bigger picture, you're actually not. It's going to cost you way more in the long run. So I hope that was a bit of an educational video and a bit of a, not a wake-up call, but like an eye-opener to really see the bigger picture. These are our refurbs right now. If you're in the market for one, have a look, and we look forward to hearing from you on the phone. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.